seconds, or we'll just give a couple of minutes to other participants to join in and settle down, and then we'll get started with today's session. However, we'll use this time firstly to understand how you can effectively participate in this session, and second is how we'll be interacting with each other in today's session. So, firstly, how you can effectively participate in this session. So, you can effectively participate in this session by firstly making a good use of this time by understanding the information that I'm going to share with you. Now, that understanding of information is dependent, or it is greatly dependent on one very crucial or important point, that all your doubts or questions or concerns, they're absolutely clear, right? So for that, you have to ask your questions or you have to clear your doubts. How do you do that? For that, there is a Q&A option down below. So there's a band down below. If you're joining through your laptop or desktop, then there's this band below. You can use that band to ask questions with me. All right, so that is how you'll be able to ask your questions. Now, the second part is obviously I don't want it to be a one-way communication where I am just talking, or where I am just saying things to you and you're listening. It has to be a interaction. It has to be a joint conversation or a joint learning journey, right? So that's where you can interact with me using the chat. So there is also a chat option, just a joining Q&A. You can use that to interact with me. I can see one of the member has raised their hand. I'm not sure what is the concern, Mr. Jaydeep. You can either add your point in the chat, because this is a webinar format, so I can't have a in-person interaction with you like we have on Zoom Meet. But certainly, if you have any concern, any question, I'll be more than happy to answer that. All right, so this is where I think we should get started before I start presenting my screen, and we can get started with this on this journey, or we can get started on this learning journey of understanding how you can create a digital catalog for your export. And that again is going to be an interactive journey wherein we all will learn together. But before we do that, there is one point that I would want to share with you, and that is obviously related to the participants who are joining through their smartphones, through their mobile devices. And there's absolutely nothing wrong when you're joining through your mobile device. It is not like I'm saying that you should be joining through your laptops or desktops. Nothing like that. But sometimes when participants are joining through their mobile devices, they have this problem, or they have this concern that when I start sharing the screen, it does not go full screen by default. They're not able to see my screen properly. In that case, what should they do? So there are two things that they can consider doing. One is they can rotate their device. So let me just show you that. So if you're holding your device like that, just turn it around. That in most of the cases that solves the problem. So turn it around. By default, Zoom has this capability or functionality. Then when I start sharing the screen, it will go full screen by default. But sometimes it does not happen. So don't worry, just turn it around and it will fix the issue in most of the cases. But still, if it does not fix the issue, in that case, step out of the meeting, join back again, and that should fix the issue. The third is people who have older versions of Zoom, so they sometimes face this issue. So in that case, you may have to quickly update the version of Zoom and then join back again, and you should be able to participate effectively. All right, so this is where let's begin. I'm going to start sharing my screen, and then we'll start on this journey of understanding how to create digital catalog for your export business. All right, so let's begin. I am going to start sharing my screen, and then we will begin. But before I do that, there was one thing I was accidentally missing out on, and that is to move the chat window to the uh, other monitor so that I can keep interacting with you. Otherwise, it will disappear and I'll not be able to have an interaction with you. Let me just quickly do that. All right, so I've done that. Now I am going to start sharing my screen very quickly, and then we will begin. Now, All right, so this is where I'm going to start sharing my screen, and it is coming through. Just give me, sorry, let's hide this, otherwise it will keep obstructing our view. So if anyone from the participant can confirm if you are able to see my screen, I've started screen share. If any one of you can confirm, if you can see my screen. All right. Thank you, Twinkle. Thank you, Jaydeep. Thank you, Ravikant. Rajendra. Now, a lot of participants have started. I can't thank everyone. So, thank you, everyone, for letting me know that you can see my screen and you can hear me as well. All right. So, the first question that I'm now going to ask you is, what is your understanding? What is a digital catalog? And I will certainly be sharing with you what is a digital catalog. But what do you think? I'm curious to understand, what do you think is a digital catalog? What is your understanding, or what is your imagination of this term, this word, digital catalog, or words, digital catalog? So what do you think? You can add your response in the chat. That's how we'll be interacting with each other. So uh, share your responses in the chat so I can see. Chaya has shared to express our business. Nitin has shared it's a website. Yes, Nitin, you are correct to a great extent. Uh, and because we have a little paucity of 40, then Asim has shared photo and description of item. So thank you everyone for sharing your responses. So because we have paucity of time, so we'll not be spending too much time on each of the topic with the interactions, but we'll have a quick interaction. So Nilesh has also shared a card of our product, certainly. So all of you are right in your own understanding, but I'll just expand it. I'll just make it bigger and better and more precise as well. So digital catalog is basically a website, and I'm not still doing anything on the presentation. We'll go there. So digital catalog is basically a website, but with two special capabilities. What are those two special capabilities? One, it can showcase information about your product and services in case you are in service business. So it can also showcase information about your services. And second is it can generate leads or orders for your business, right? So if there's a prospective customer who wants to buy products from you, they can either send you a lead, they can either send you an inquiry that, hey, we are interested to do business with you. We want 1 ton of this product from you, right? So that is something, that's the second capability it should have. And the third is, which we are assuming that it should also be displaying information about your business, right? So that is like, itna to ho gayi. We are assuming, we are not considering it as a capability, but those two are the capabilities. Let's understand the textual description also. So digital catalog is a website or a computer file used to provide examples of the person's work or product offered by the business in the digital format, which can be easily accessed digitally by a prospective customer. So this is also a very important point, that it can be easily accessed. So having a product catalog file or a PDF on your device or on your smartphone does not qualify to be called as a digital catalog. A digital catalog is a website which can easily be accessed on the internet, right? So it has a place on the internet. It can be discovered, it can be opened, and your business or product offerings can be seen or inquired with. All right, so website, which I've already explained, showcase product or services, accept orders, or generate leads and showcase information about your business, right? So these are the capabilities that a digital catalog has. So any website that has these capabilities, it can be termed or called as digital catalog. What are the types of digital catalogs? So it depends on you, what you are trying to do with your digital catalog. So a lot of times when we are talking with the website or digital commerce or e-commerce, a lot of people perceive it as a predominantly P2C or D2C. So business to customer or direct to customer, or like in simple words, you're selling in smaller quantities to retail customers, like 1 piece or 2 piece at a time, that kind of business. That's what people perceive when we are talking about digital commerce. the reality is that it can be as effectively used by any B2B business, and we'll see the examples as well shortly. So digital catalog, it can be used for generating leads, it can be used for generating orders, it can be used for generating leads as well as orders. So both the things at the same time. And lastly is for distribution and retail order management. So these are the four broader varieties of digital catalog that you can create. Now I can imagine this is enough of me sharing theory with you. Let's understand with a few examples. So I'm going to very quickly switch my screen. I have so many tabs open. So hopefully I'll not get confused between the tabs. So this is where I have like almost 30 odd examples open in front of you. And I have deliberately opened the first example, which is a B2C or D2C example. Why have I done that? Because I certainly know many of you are, or most of you are from B2B business. So why have I done this? I've done this on purpose because online shopping is something that most of us are familiar with, right? So this is where we are on common ground. We all are familiar, and this is something which we see almost on a daily basis when we are shopping online or when we are going through our social profiles. There are certain ads running, right? So this is something which we are all familiar with. Now, this is also an exporter, and this is their digital catalog. I'll also open another example here. This is again from B2C or D2C example where retail customers like me and you, we can go for our personal consumption. We can go to these websites and we can place an order. Now, a question which might be brewing in your mind is, why am I showing you these examples? These are also exporters, but the export that they are doing is for individual customers, right? So someone sitting in US wants to buy their product for their personal consumption, they can place an order and they can get the orders delivered to US, right? So that is the kind of export they are doing, and these are B2C examples. So if I uh, take you back to the presentation, so the first objective that you can achieve with your digital catalog is to generate orders, right? And this is something which has been happening for a very long period of time, and most of us are familiar with this. If we haven't done it ourselves, we have seen people do that, right? So this is one type of digital catalog that you can create. Now comes the B2B business owners. And till now, I can imagine there must be some anxiety in your mind that, okay, it looks like B2C only. There's nothing for us. Now, this example, just look for 1 second and you will all agree that this is a hardcore industrial product, right? So this is a classic example wherein someone has to share their requirement, and then they will share a quotation, and then the discussion will happen, and then they will move on to closing the deal or something, right? So this is kind of a classic example. This is a digital catalog again from an exporter. Now, if we go back to the two principles that I shared with you with respect to digital catalog, one was it should showcase products or services being offered by that organization, right? So if we come here we can see the products. I'll just quickly open the product page just to show you. So products are being displayed. Second was it should either allow the business to accept orders, which we were seeing in this case, or it should allow the business to generate inquiries. So request quotation can be used. Or if you can look for another example, this is a hospital equipment manufacturer and exporter, and this is their digital catalog. Now, this in this case, what they are doing? They are generating inquiries, right? So this is where we saw they were generating orders or receiving orders from international customers, and this is where they are receiving inquiries. They are exporting these products to the overseas clients. This is another industrial products manufacturer example that we are looking at, right? It is another manufacturer of ceramic tiles that we are looking at. This is a personal care item. So, and this is hair wigs and hair extensions. We are looking at their digital catalog, right? So from various industries they are there, and I'll also show you a few more examples. But this is where again not getting distracted. So there were different varieties of digital catalog that I showed to you. One variety is this one, wherein retail customers are placing orders and buying the product. Another variety is the other example which I showed you. This is where institutional buyers or bulk buyers or B2B buyers are sending you an inquiry that, hey, we are interested to buy this product from you. So this is the second variety that we are talking about. The third variety is where both of the same are happening. So where inquiry as well as retail customer ordering is happening. This is an example for that type of experience. So you can have both of them at the same time. So I'll just quickly open one of their product and show you. So here, a retail customer like me, I can go to their website and I can do an add to cart and I can buy their product for my personal consumption in smaller quantities, right? So this is on the B2C or D2C side, and then a bulk buyer who's wanting to buy this product in bulk for their business, they can come here and they can send them an inquiry that, hey, we are interested to buy this product in bulk, right? So both of them can happen. So this is the third variety of digital catalog that we are seeing here. There is also a fourth variety, although it is not relevant to export, but I'll still show you because there is a use case of that capability as well. And for that, I'll be switching my screen. I'll be taking you to one of the website. This is also one of our clients, one of our users. And if I, for a moment, just scroll down on this website and I'll show you the product, these are the products that they have. They are one of the leading manufacturers of premixes, which are used for coffee vending machines, tomato soup vending machines that we see at cafeterias or airports or hospitals, etc. Right? So for those machines, they manufacture the premixes. All right. Now, if you're looking at the website, and I'm not sure how much it is visible on your screen, but it looks like a regular e-commerce website, online shopping website, where as a retail customer, we can go and we can buy the product. But I was mentioning that it has the fourth type of capability. What is that? So there are people who run cafeterias or they run these vending machines at hospitals or airports. Now, they regularly buy premixes from this particular manufacturer. Now, whenever they have to buy these premixes, they certainly do that in bulk, but they have to wait for the salesperson to come, or they have to call up the salesperson and share their requirement, all that. And sometimes it becomes quite an cumbersome process. So in that case, what they can do with this solution is that they can just come here and just imagine that I am someone who operates a few cafeterias and I have to buy these premixes. So I don't have to call up anyone. All I have to do is to come here, submit my request that I'm interested to get associated with you, and I'll be buying your product on a regular basis for my consumption, for my business consumption. So I can submit my request using this form, and then their team will connect with me. They'll understand what type of volumes I'll be looking for, and then they'll share the best prices or the discounted prices. Obviously, I'll not be buying on the retail prices. I'll be buying on special prices because I'm buying in bulk, right? So that discussion, that negotiation, all that will happen. And once that is done, they'll onboard me onto their platform on this website, and then I can simply come here, input my mobile number, and I can securely log in, and then I can place an order on the special prices that were offered to me by the manufacturer. And if they have given me a credit period, I can also avail of credit period. And if there's a minimum order quantity agreement between me and the manufacturer, that whenever I'm placing order, I'll buy at least 10 packets of coffee mixes, that can also be insured by the system, right? So it helps the regular bulk buying. It helps in digitizing the regular bulk buying, and anyone who is in this business can benefit from this feature. Now, obviously, the starting point that I mentioned, that you may not find it relevant for your business because you all are exporters, but there is a use case for this capability, and the use case is for the people or for the businesses that are into uh, design sensitive space, or where there is a constant fear that their designs, their styles might get stolen, right? So when you're talking to garment exporters, etc., one of the constant fear or the common concern that they have with digital technology is that if I display my latest collection on the website, there is an absolute certainty that those designs, those styles will get copied, right? So they have this concern. Now, using this capability, how can they solve this challenge? Is that they can have all the latest collection available on their website, but they will not be visible to general public or anyone who is visiting their website. It will only be visible to the people whom they have granted the access, right? So international buyer whom you are familiar with, or you have already done a due diligence and you are certain that this is a genuine person and they'll be buying from us. So you can give them an access and they can come and they can log in and they can see your latest collection. Whereas anyone else who's coming to your website, they can see the journal products which you are offering, not the latest collection, right? So that is the usability. Government is one example. If there is any exporter who is into, who also has that concern of their styles or designs getting copied or stolen, this is something that you can consider using, right? So it is like your designs are behind lock and key. So whom you are providing access, whom you are giving the key, only they can access, others can't. All right. So these are the four variations of digital catalog which are there. So there are a few more examples, like this is a rugs and carpets exporter. This is home decorative items. And then we also have these are matchsticks manufacturers. Then we also have a few businesses from the agri product exports, right? So these were few examples I thought of sharing with you so that your concept of digital catalog, how, what type of variations, etc., are there, they are certainly clear. All right. So we'll quickly go back to the presentation that we were seeing earlier, and we will now understand or now start to understand how to create a digital catalog for your export business, right? So for that, I'll very quickly take you to another slide. So I'll just So this is the slide which I want to show you. I will certainly be explaining the steps, etc. So this is where you will be creating a digital catalog for your export business, and then uh, listing or showcasing your product or service offering on a platform called Indian Business Portal. Now, I'm showing you this diagram so that you are able to understand, firstly, what are the areas of opportunities, how does this ecosystem or how does this process works, right? Because in many of my previous sessions, what have happened, I've explained the entire process, but the audience was not very clear about all the elements which are there in the ecosystem, because there are a bunch of elements in the ecosystem. So they were able to understand one or two of them, but not the entire thing. So that's why I'm showing you this presentation so that you can understand what all elements are there, because these are all areas of opportunities for you to grow your business, right? So let me just quickly explain this. So this is your business, right? Now what you'll be doing is you'll be creating a digital catalog. All of us are clear about what is digital catalog and what are the various variations or types of digital catalog. We are all absolutely clear by now. In case you still have any concern, questions, etc., you can add that to Q&A. I'll clarify that towards the end of the session. So you'll create a digital catalog here. Now that digital catalog or website will get connected to a platform called Indian Business Portal. I'll be explaining about that platform a little later. It is a platform created jointly by GlobalLinker and FIO, Federation of All India Export Organization. So it will start appearing here. Now, how does it help your business, right? So with the Indian Business Portal, your products will be displayed to international buyers. How does that happen? So FIO, which is a Government of India entity, will be putting in efforts to attract international buyers. So international buyers will be coming to Indian business portals and they will be reviewing your product or service offering, and they will be then interacting or doing business with you. So that is one area of opportunity. Now you can put in your own marketing efforts or your own efforts to reach out to international buyer, and you can bring them to your own international, your own digital catalog and do business with them. So that option is certainly also available, because you are not just becoming part of a larger solution, you are creating your own digital entity as well, right? So which is in form of your own digital catalog, your own website. Now the third area which is here, this is where you're becoming part of a business community which has members from, or the community has members from more than 150 countries, right? So 150 countries members are there. So you can do business networking with them, and you can also connect with international buyers, right? So that is the overall construct or the areas of opportunities which you have in this solution. All right. So now let's minimize the presentation and we will I'll again hide this one and we will switch our screen, and very quickly I'll take you to Indian Business Portal. So briefly we'll try to understand about Indian Business Portal, what is the objective of this platform, and then we'll jump on to the bigger agenda, that how you can create your digital catalog. All right, so Indian Business Portal is a platform which is jointly created by the Federation of All India Export Organization, which is a premier export promotion body by the Government of India, and GlobalLinker, which is a business networking and digitization enablement platform. So FIO, as you understand, is a government body, and it was created with the sole purpose of promoting export or helping Indian exports grow, right? So that is one organization which uh, has created this platform, and GlobalLinker, which is a business networking and digitization enablement platform. So at one end, we help businesses in connecting and interacting, connecting or networking with businesses from various countries. At the other end, we solve another very significant problem that micro and small businesses face. That is digitizing, sorry for the fumble, digitizing or growing their business digitally. Because if you look around, there are many businesses that are not digitized. Just in export, if you look around, you may be knowing people who are doing exports for many years. They don't even have an email ID in the name of being digital, right? So forget about the website. They don't even have an email ID. Now, that is from a country's, from a nation's perspective, that is also a disadvantage. And one of our biggest competitor has this as an advantage, that even their smallest uh, exporter or artisan is digitized, and they are easily able to connect with international buyers through that digital technology, whereas our exporters are not able to do that. So that is where, how does GlobalLinker help? So the moment you are joining GlobalLinker, you create a digital presence for yourself in form of a profile, and then you can take it to the next level by creating a digital catalog. That's where your product or services can now be discovered on the internet through the digital catalog, and then obviously the world of opportunity is open for you. But that is not the end, right? You'll agree that is not the end, because you have created the website, but the objective is to grow business out of it. Now, many businesses are themselves not capable, or they are not able to promote it properly, and they are not able to generate the required amount of business out of it. So that's where we have created these discovery platforms like Indian Business Portal, wherein we are bringing all the prospective sellers together and then bringing international buyers so that you can also grow it, right? So discovery platform to increase the discoverability of your business. That is Indian Business Portal. All right. So that was a very short. If time permitted, I can like talk for a day on Indian Business Portal, but we'll not be doing that because that's not the objective. That's not what you want to learn. So this is a platform wherein you as an exporter will be showcasing, right? So the digital catalog that you have created, it will get linked, it will get connected with this platform, and the products that you have on your websites will start appearing here. All right. That's what will be happening. So we'll be creating a website that will get linked here, and the products that you have on your website, they'll start appearing here. Now, before I jump on to explaining the process, how to create the digital catalog, let me answer one classic question that gets very frequently asked, right? So in almost every other session that I'm doing around exports, and it is not like our webinars. I also actively participate in the government sessions which are done with exporters, and that is also where this is a very classic and common question that gets asked. That is, how does a international buyer connect with us? What are the methods, how they are going to connect with us, right? So we have started showcasing our product or services on Indian Business Portal. Now, what will happen? How will they connect with us? What are the methods? Or is there some paid subscription which is there, which we can subscribe for, and then you'll be providing X number of leads to us? Is there anything of that sort? So I'll answer the later part first. No, absolutely, there is nothing. You can understand this is a government initiative, so there is no subscription sort of a model. So this is where your performance matters. So how actively you are responding to inquiries, etc. Right? So all that matters. The first part is how they will be contacting us, how they will be interacting with us. So there are two methods which are available to an importer, to an international buyer to connect with you. I'll explain the first one. So for example, we have this product, ghee. I'll just open that. I've clicked on it. It is getting opened. So this is a product that we can see here. It is, I think, still getting open. The page hasn't loaded up. Now it has loaded up. So this is the product. Just imagine that I'm an international buyer. I came across this product and I liked the product. Now, obviously, before buying this product or sending any inquiry, I would want to understand more about that business. So for that, I'll be clicking here on the name of the supplier, and I'll be navigating to their profile. So each supplier, each exporter has a profile. It is not like you're just displaying your product. You also have a profile here. Now, on this profile, we can see the location, when did they started their business, etc. So all that detail is here. I can see their entire catalog, what are the other products that they are offering. There is also about us section. So this is where this particular exporter has explained when did they started their business, etc., which countries they have exported to. So all that information is available here. Now, they have also added their license and certificates. So if I want to satisfy my curiosity, and obviously the person is sitting thousands and thousands of kilometers away, so they will be a little cautious. They will want to understand more about a business. So their certificates, etc., they are also available here for the review by the international buyer, right? So this is where the international buyer can be absolutely certain. Now, coming back to the point, I wanted to explain to you that how they will be connecting with you. There are multiple methods which are available to an international buyer to connect with you. The most common one or the most popular one is request meeting. So similar to how we are connecting here today through Zoom or Google Meet, in the similar fashion, international buyer can connect with you. They can have an online meeting with you. They can understand or they can explain to you what are their requirements in a better way, and you can also explain to them about your business, your offering, etc. You can take the discussion forward. Right. So this is one of the method which is available. The other method is contact seller. In this case, you will be getting an email, as well as the details will get added to the control panel of your digital catalog. So you'll get updated that X person with these contact details, mobile number, email ID, is interested to do business with you. They're interested to connect with you. The third is widget store. So this is where your digital catalog, your website is also linked with Indian Business Portal. So once they click on it, they can review your website. And this is where their contact details are also visible. So they can even call you or they can send you an email that, hey, we are interested to buy these product from you, right? So that can also happen. So there are multiple methods which is available. Now, this is one of the way or one of the route which international buyer can take. Now, sometimes international buyers are not interested in putting an effort in searching for a prospective exporter. They just want to understand, if you are supplier of this product, let me know how much you would let me know your prices, right? So that kind of scenario. So in that case, they can request for quotation. So this is where you can see there's an option called post buying requirement. Using this option, international buyers can submit their requirements, and those are displayed here. So if you come here, this is where you can see those buying requirements. I'll click on view all very quickly to just show you a glimpse of this page. This is where you'll see the buying requirements. My internet is unfortunately a little slow today, but this is where you can see the buying requirements. So there's from Bulgaria, this is from Spain, uh, right? So if you are someone who's dealing in this product, you can certainly come here and submit your requisition. So this is where what international buyer is doing. They are telling us, hey, we are interested to buy this one. If you're a supplier, if you can export this product to me, uh, send me a quotation, right? So this is another option which is available for international buyers to do business on Indian Business Portal. Now, these leads, as you can see, is available on the front end, and anyone, any Indian exporter can come and they can submit their requisition. You necessarily don't have to be part of Indian Business Portal, but this will change very soon. So only businesses which are part of Indian Business Portal, they will be able to submit their requisitions. Other will not be able to submit their requisition. So that is another method which is used by international buyers to do business with you on Indian Business Portal. All right. So that was about the Indian Business Portal. And also, I thought of answering a very popular question which gets often asked. Now, let's understand the process of creating the digital catalog. So your journey is going to start from Indian Business Portal. You can easily open it by typing indianbusinessportal.in in your browser, or you can search for Indian Business Portal, and this website will open in front of you. Now, here on the website, on the top itself, you'll see there's an option which says sell on Indian Business Portal. register as Indian exporter. Right? This option, just click on it and it will take you to another page, or another page will open up on the tab. And here you will be extremely tempted to click on create your catalog, but I'll advise don't do that. Just scroll down on this page and you'll see there's a section called frequently asked questions. And the first question is, how do I link my business with Indian Business Portal? Now, I'm not asking you to read all these steps and understand it for yourself or try to figure it out for yourself. I'm certainly not recommending that. What I'm recommending, there is this button which is also highlighted, or this text which is also highlighted in blue color, which says tutorial video, right? So you can see it here, tutorial video. Just click on it and it will open a YouTube video. This is the YouTube video which will get opened. Now, review this video. If you have time, I would recommend that you should review this video entirely. It will help you understand what all steps or what all information is required for your website. And then you can be better prepared when you're creating your digital catalog. But if time is of scarcity, in that case, you can just have the video open alongside and you can continue with the process. So if you're getting stuck, you can just refer back to the video. All right. So this is important because this is where many times people have got stuck when they were creating their digital catalog, and then they reached out to our help desk, and then we again circled them back to the tutorial video, or we just shared the tutorial video with them so that so it will also help you save that time. All right. So the remaining steps I'll be explaining using this video. So we'll very quickly go full screen. We will not be playing this video. That will not be a very wise use of your time. So we'll just fast forward. This is the first step, which I've already explained to you. You have to go to Indian Business Portal, then come on this page. This is the page from where we opened this video. So once you have opened the video, then you can go back and then you can click on create your catalog, which will open the screen, or the process will start. Now in the next screen, you have to just enter your first name, last name, email ID, and then you have to create a password and click on agree and continue. I'm not sure what happened. Sorry, I think I accidentally clicked on play. All right, so we have seen this one. Uh, Input your first name, last name, email ID, create a password, and click on agree and continue. After that, do a OTP verification of your mobile number, and then input your GST number and click on get details. After that, you have to input your company name, and then you have to select the legal entity type, input the location, and the rest of the detail will get automatically fetched. Click on next. After that, you have to input or specify the industry do you belong. So you can either select it from the drop down, or you can use the search option here. So for example, if you're a garment manufacturer or a garment exporter, you can search garment exporter and appropriate results will appear in the drop down. Select that and then move to the next step. The next is where you'll have multiple options like manufacturer, exporter, retailer, distributor, etc. So select which all options or which all activities you are involved in. It is a multi-select field, so you can select more than one option, and then you'll click on next, which will bring you to this interface. So far what we have done is we have created the account for the business networking site. So I have told you there is a business networking site. So we have created an account for that. Now what we are doing is we are creating the digital catalog. So all this here onwards, all the screens are for creating digital catalog. So we'll click on convert now, which will open this overlay. On this overlay, there are three simple questions that you have to answer. What is the main purpose of your online store? B2B, B2C, or how many products you would want to have on your digital catalog, and would you like to have the minimum order quantity feature? Then you'll click on next, which will bring you to the screen. This is where there are a number of design templates which are visible, and you are expected to select any one of them which you are liking, right? So you have to just select anyone that you're liking. Now, many people have curiously asked me that what if we have selected an option? So, for example, we selected this option, and when our website actually, when we uploaded the product and we went ahead, that's where we realized that this is not displaying or this is not showcasing our products in the right manner. In that case, can we change the design theme? Can we change the template? Yes, certainly you can change the design theme. You'll not believe it will hardly take you 5 seconds. But this is where I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with this concept of design template. So I'll again switch my screen very briefly for a moment, and I'll take you to the presentation. This is not the same presentation, but this is the other one. And this is where you can see we have just one slide. Why am I using the presentation to explain the concept of design template or design theme with you? Because this is something as business executives we routinely use, right? So we are all familiar and we are on the same ground. So here you can see there is just one slide with a blue background, and I have added 5 words to it. How to create digital catalog, right? So those are the 5 words that we have added here. Now, if I change the template, if I change the theme, it has changed to black, right? So how the information is displayed on the screen, it has changed. The 5 words that I had added, how to create data catalog, they are the same, right? So there's no change in that, but the background is changed, the graphic is changed, the font has also changed, right? So the presentability or the presentation has changed depending on which design theme or design template I'm using, right? So that's the concept here. Depending on which theme you're using, how the product information or how your business information is displayed, it will vary from theme to theme. So these are the various options or templates which are available for you to display that information, right? So now related to this, there is another question that gets quite frequently asked, and you will appreciate that this is a very, very important question. And a lot of us don't even realize that we have this problem. And the problem is of plenty. Any anything that comes to your mind, right? So I'm saying there's a problem of plenty that sometimes business owners face when they are at this stage. Anything coming to your mind? Any thoughts? You can add that in the chat. I I think the audience is not clear what I'm trying to. Yes. Uh, so Manu is absolutely correct. The confusion because there are too many options. So this is a challenge. This is a problem that almost everyone, including myself, we face. That there are too many options, and we are not like extremely. Personally, I'm not that kind of person which has a extremely creative mindset, right? So I'm just looking at the visuals and I can imagine that this will be right and that will be wrong, right? So we can't do that. So that's where most of us face this challenge that we can't decide which one is better, right? One of the option which is obviously available to you and something which we used to do in our childhood days, close the eye and put a finger on one of the template and just use that. So that is obviously an option which is available, but I'll not recommend doing that. There's a scientific way that you can use, and that scientific way is after you have completed this step, once you have completed this process of creating the digital catalog, once you have gone through the entire journey, after that, add few of your product or services on your digital catalog and then go to the theme section. So there is a theme management section. Go there, apply a theme, and then see how the product or services are pairing. Repeat that. Go to the next one, go to the next one, go to the next one. Yes, it will take you about half an hour, 45 minutes to go through every one and review them, but that will give you absolute clarity on how your products are being displayed and which theme is displaying it in the most beautiful way, right? So that's a process that you can follow, and that will help you solve this problem. All right. So this is where what are you expected to do? You are expected to select a design theme, whichever you are liking. If you don't like it, you can change it easily, right? So don't worry with that. And this is where don't think that you're sort of getting married to a design template. No, certainly not. You will any which ways will be changing it at least once in a year. So don't get too much stressed with that. All right. So select a design template. That's the second action that we are doing on the overlay. The third overlay is here where there are two input fields. One is store name, that is your business name. It is pre-populated. So we had added this name when we were creating our account. So in the overlay that appeared after the GST field, that's where we added our business name, and it is the same as entered here by the system for our convenience. But if you want to make changes to it, you can do that. Or if you have done a spelling mistake, you can correct it here, right? So that is the business name. But if you are operating a popular brand, in that case, you can input the brand name as well. right? So that is an exception. So for most of the businesses, it will be the business name, unless you are operating a popular brand. Now, this field here, where you're seeing store URL, it may have a code or it may be entirely blank, right? So if you're not seeing the code when you're creating your digital catalog, don't get worried that there's something wrong. Why my field is blank and there was a code in the video which Adnan showed. So it can have a code or it can be entirely blank. So don't worry. In case it is entirely blank, don't worry. All right. Now coming back to this input field, and again we'll be understanding this little on the granular level so that conceptually it is clear to you. So the first question which might be there in your mind, what is this URL, store URL? The heading of this section is store URL. What is this URL? So URL is anything that we type to open a website. So for example, if we have to open Google's website, what do we type? Google.com, right? So that is Google's URLs. Or if we have to open Indian Business Portal, we type indianbusinessportal.in. That is Indian Business Portal's URL. Now, what we are trying to do here is we are trying to specify the URL of your digital catalog. Now, this is where I can imagine I am confusing you. So I will explain that with an example. So this website, the URL is Bhavya Apex Industries .linker.store. I'm not sure how much visible it is on your screen, but this is where you can see the URL. So if we type this on the browser, and you can also do that, this website, this digital catalog will open up, right? Now, coming back to the screen, this is where we have linker. So what is this? Because we have seen the websites like business abc.in or .com, .org, .co.in. What is this linker.store? So linker.store is our subdomain that we are providing to our business owners or members absolutely free of cost, and they can use it for as long period as they want. Now that leads to a question, why are we doing this? So it is simply to make this journey as convenient, as comfortable, and as easy as possible. Why so? I mean, you're not doing any heavy lifting, right? So it is not like a very complex calculation or something that we are making you do. So why do we think that it has to be even more convenient? Because understand, website or e-commerce or digital commerce, whenever we are talking about the term, even forget about digital commerce. If you're talking about the term website, all of us have this thing in our head that coding knowledge or a software degree, etc., is required, right? So you need to be very computer proficient if you're thinking of creating website, right? Now, most of us don't create websites on a daily basis. This is like for the first time that you're doing it yourself. Even if you have got it created, you have got it created through some agency or so. This is first time that you're doing it yourself, right? So you're certainly stressed, right? So you're doing something that you haven't done before, right? This is like riding the bicycle for the very first time or driving the car for the very first time, right? So even if you are certainly capable to do that, but because you're doing it for the first time, you're stressed out. Now when you are stressed out, if we ask you to like point the domain to our server or implement an SSL, that's where you will be absolutely overwhelmed, and you may think like it is too technical, I'll not be able to do that, right? So you may drop off and you may not continue on this journey to digitize your business and grow it digitally, right? So you'll be missing out on the opportunity. We don't want that to happen. We want this journey to be as easy, as convenient as possible, so that when you're more confident, you can do it, right? Now, this is where let's understand again this with an example. So I showed you an example where there's a business that is using linker.store, but this is not mandatory, right? So it is not like you have to only use linker.store. You cannot take it live on your own domain, nothing like that. You can use your own domain as well. In fact, I have showed you few examples, right? So this is live on their own domain, himalayanaturals.com or milk.in or badamrit.in or cadenzawix.com, right? So it is up to you. If you want to take it live on your own domain, you can do that. In case if you're facing difficulty, you can reach out to us and we'll help you in taking it live on your own domain. So that's certainly possible. But if you don't want to take it live on your own domain, you want to continue or using linker.store, that is also okay. You can continue to use linker.store, and so we are essentially not forcing anyone to use linker.store, and we are also not forcing anyone to move to custom domain. That is entirely your decision. Whenever you're feeling comfortable, whenever you want to move to your own domain, you can do that. Now, many times you will have asked me that from digital marketing perspective, which is better, having it on Linker.store or having it on your own domain? The answer is having it on your own domain is better from digital marketing perspective, right? So if you want to do digital marketing, that is where I would recommend you should consider taking it live on your own domain. All right. So this is the last overlay. And then once you click on create store, that is where uh, the store gets created. But there are two more steps that you have to do. One is in this bubble that you're seeing at the bottom of the screen, this bubble I'm referring to. Click on that and it will reveal that there's one more step. That is you have to upload a product. So you can click on that and it will take you to the product upload screen. Now, many times people ask me that, hey, we have a very large catalog, right? So we have 1,000 products. If we are adding like this one product at a time, it will take us like a month to upload all the products. Is there a bulk process available? Yes, certainly the bulk upload process is available. And in the video also, we have explained to you that you can go to the product management interface and then you can download the sample import format, upload the information into that, and you can upload the products. Now, because the video in the product upload process is explained in the video to a great length. So that's where we'll not be spending our time and energy, or you will not be wasting your time on understanding that. You can just refer to the video and you'll be able to understand. There are two important points that I'll be highlighting here with respect to the product upload. The first one is GI products or geographic indication products, which is the first option that you can see on the screen. Now, what is a GI product? So GI product are the specialty products of a particular location. So I quickly take you to Indian Business Portal. You can see GI product is the first item in the navigation. And if I click on it, it will take you to the GI uh, page that we have on Indian Business Portal. So these are geographic indication of India. These are the specialty products which are there. So for example, Nagpur, if I take the name of the city Nagpur, it is popular for what? Audience, can you share your thoughts, inputs? Nagpur is popular for what? Add your inputs in the chat. Oranges, absolutely correct, Ishan, spot on. So Nagpur is popular for oranges. So oranges is the GI product from Nagpur. Similarly, strawberries from Mahabaleshwar or saffron from Kashmir or tea from Darjeeling. These are the specialty products. These are either manufactured or cultivated, or they are naturally available at those locations, right? So these are the GI products, geographic indication of India, and they are from certain locations as well. So, for example, Varanasi is a popular GI destination. So, Banarsi sari is certainly a GI product which we can see here, but it is equally also popular for their wooden lacquer toys. So, I'm just quickly taking you there to see. So, these are various wooden lacquer toys from various exporters. My internet is a little slow, so it is taking time to load. But we can see these are the various products which are from the GI exporters or manufacturers from those locations, right? Now, with respect to GI products, and I think it is still not loaded. Yeah, it is still loading, but you can see all of them have this symbol, or if I can like just open the product, it will become a little bigger and you can see that on screen. I can imagine it may be a little minuscule on your screen. So here you can see there's a emblem GI product. So all these products carry this emblem and they are also highlighted that this is a GI product, Varanasi wooden lacquer toy product, right? So these are all specially highlighted on Indian Business Portal. So if there is a international brand that is looking for a GI product, they can know that it is a GI product. So if you are dealing in a GI product, you have to tick on this square, and then these two drop downs will appear. So first is a category. So whether it is agriculture product or a handicraft item or a manufacturing item, you can select it from the drop down. And then there is a subcategory. So first select the category, or first select the GI category and then select the GI subcategory. And then you have to upload the GI certificate. Yes, I've heard it right. Without uploading the certificate, you not specify your product as GI product. You have to upload your GI certificate, and then uh, your products will be showcased as GI products on Indian Business Portal. Right. So that is about the GI product. In case you're not dealing in GI product, you can just leave, don't check on the box. And then we have subcategory and category, which you can see again on the top of the screen. This also sometimes confuses the members. So these categories and subcategories, if I quickly go back to Indian Business Portal, so in the left side of the screen, you can see there is this very long drop out. It is not down. It is drop out, which comes out, and there are various navigation, right? Fashion, apparel, fabrics, etc., etc. Right. So this is where what you are doing is you are telling the system, you are telling the website that my product belongs to this category and subcategory on Indian business portal. So this is the place. So for example, you are an ethnic women wear manufacturer. So this is where you're telling the system that in fashion, apparel, and fabric, show my product in women dress and show it where if there was a ethnic wear category, or show it in dresses, which we can see here, right? So that's what you have to do using this category and subcategory using these drop down. All right. The rest of the product upload flow is explained quite in detail in the video, so we'll not be spending your valuable time there. We'll just fast forward the video. Once you are done with the upload of the product, that is where you have to then, as the last step, you have to go to the uh, home section. To go to the home section, you have to click on this home shaped or heart shaped icon, and that will take you to the home section. And the last step that you have to do is to click on publish, and that will complete the digital catalog creation process. In this video, we have also hyperlinked a compliance checklist video, because many times what has happened that you have created your digital catalog, you have created your website, but you have done small mistakes which is preventing your business from being showcased on Indian business portal. So what are those mistakes which can prevent your business from being showcased on Indian business portal? To understand and how to fix those mistakes, it is not like just understanding what are the mistakes, but also how to fix them. All that information is available in this video, and the link is available in the description of the video. So I'll minimize this. This where the work is not yet over. Don't think that this is where you have just created your digital catalog. I'll quickly take you to a demonstration account. This is a demonstration account, and we are in the seller panel or control panel. So we have seen this is where we did the publish, and this is where the confetti was falling. So this is where we completed the step, right? Now, what are the next steps? You can go to the product section and upload the remaining product or services, right? So that is the obvious next step that you have to take. After that, you have to go to store settings. So go to store settings and then click on store details, and that will open the store details tab. Here you will see there's a section which says about your export. Just click on that, and this is where you'll have to fill in information about your export. So if you recall, I showed you the exporters profile and there was a about us page. So all the information which was displaying on the about us page was coming from here. So input this page, and again this is very simple. You have to specify whether you're a FIO member or not, input your IC code, and then legal entity type. When did you start your business, what type of operations you are involved in, whether you are a manufacturer or exporter, are you MSME, what is the export turnover, which countries you have already exported to, countries you would like to export to, how many employees do you have, and then license certificate. This is extremely important because this will improve your trustworthiness on the platform, and there's advantages, innovation, and lastly what type of proposals you are interested in. Click on save, and the profile gets updated. Now, important point to remember in mind is all this information is displayed on the Indian business portal. So this is the next step that you have to do. Once you are done, then you have to go back to the home screen. You can also work on making your website more presentable. You can join the session on Friday. I'll be doing a session on Friday wherein I'll be explaining how to make your website more presentable. So you can join that session. It will be happening at 5:30, and I'll let you know from where you can. So this is the session that I'm referring to, improve the presentability of your digital catalog. So that's where I'll explain to you how to make your website look presentable, and you can do it yourself. You don't even need a graphic designer. You have AI to your rescue now. Now, coming back to the last step that you have to do. So if you come here to the home section, if you scroll down just below the webinars, there is this section, link your business store with Indian Business Portal. This is the most important step. Many people forget this step, and then they reach out to our help desk that, hey, we have created our website, we have put in so much effort into that, and it is not visible on Indian Business Portal, and they have not even requested for the linkage, right? So you have to come here, click on send request, and then this overlay opens up here. And here again, we have embedded the checklist video that I was referring to you earlier. So watch this video and again ensure that there are no mistakes on your website, because that will unnecessarily waste your time. So just ensure that, and then your store URL and your name will be pre-populated. In case you haven't added the IC code, you can add it here. You have to specify whether you're a FIO member, agree to the terms, and click on submit. And that's where our operations team will get a request that you want to showcase your products on Indian Business Portal, and then they will review and link. In case it gets rejected, you will get a response back. These are the mistakes why we are rejecting your request for listing it on Indian Business Portal. If it gets approved, you'll also get a approval notification. All right, so this is where I'll switch off the screen share and we'll break into the question answer round. So if you have any question, you can add that. So I can already see there are a few questions added. So the first question uh, is from Methi Venkat. Apology if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. So his question, or the question is it a paid solution? No, absolutely not. It is not a paid solution. As a DIY solution, it is available free of cost. However, many businesses have come to us with a request that because of paucity of time, we are not able to do it ourselves, right? So can someone do it for us? That option is available. It is a paid service. So if you don't want to create the website yourself, you want someone to do it for you, you want professionals to do it for you as per the industry best practice, yes, that service is available. It is a paid service. And I'll also share a link from where you can request for availing that paid service. All right. So I hope I've answered the first question. The second was around Nagpur. Uh, how to get GI certificate? So there is a GI authority in Chennai that issues GI certificate. So you can contact with them. But because I'm not an expert into GI certificate, so that is where I will share an email ID where you can uh, submit your query about getting the GI certificate, and they will guide you or connect you with the appropriate authority. So just give me a quick second to in fact, that email ID is also available on in the footer of Indian Business Portal. But for your convenience, I'll do that. I'll just take it out and I'll just share it with you in the chat. So just give me a quick second. Well, adding that in the chat because then it will be available, or it can be reviewed by other participants as well. What happened? My Zoom. All right, it is back. So let me add that in the chat. So just give me a quick second. And if you find me looking to the site, I'm just looking at the other monitor. So this is the email ID. So if you want more clarity about the GI certificate, you can drop an email on this email ID. Next question from Tejas. So Tejas, as I mentioned earlier, that you have to submit that request, right? So that link business, which I just showed from the home screen of your digital catalog, you have to submit that request. Once, unless you haven't submitted that request, your products, the linkage will not be done, right? You have to submit that request. Hope I've clarified, or I can just quickly share my screen once again for a quick moment and help they just understand. So there's a solar panel. I'll minimize this one as well. So this is the home section of your digital catalog. And here, if you scroll down, you'll be seeing this option or this section which says link your store and sell on Indian Business Portal. And you have to use this send request and you have to submit the request. Unless you haven't submitted the request, your store will not get linked. All right. So I hope this is also clear. Next question from Sri Lakshmi. So, how international buyers are going to search this portal? So, this portal is not something which is a private initiative. It is, firstly, it is a government initiative. So, it is being promoted through the government channels, through the various trade commissions, etc. Now, if there is a international buyer that wants to import from India, what is the first thing that they will do? They will be contacting the various embassies that are situated in their country, right? That's where this platform gets promoted. And obviously, there are digital marketing and those kind of activities which are also happening. Or government of India already has a significant database of international buyers who are actively buying from India, and they are also being getting invited to review and do business with the exporters which are listed on the platform, right? So that's how it is getting promoted. Next question from Anupriya. Anupriya, your okay theme from where you can change the theme. So in the left navigation, you have the theme section. Unfortunately, this store that I have here is a relatively old store. So many overlays. Let me just close them. Right. So this is an old store, so the theme interface is a little different. But if you go to My Store and you click on themes, this is the old uh, theme interface now, because you may have created a store recently, so you may have a slightly different interface. So just give me a quick second to open another account and I'll just quickly show you how you'll be changing and reviewing the themes. So there's another account I'm opening and my internet is a little slow, so please bear with me for a couple of seconds. In the interim, if there is any other question, keep adding that to the chat. So this is where I'm answering the question that if you have to review and change the theme, how you can do that. So there's a seller panel in the left navigation. You'll see there's an option called My Store. Click on that, and then you'll see there's an option which says theme. So come here. This is the interface that you'll see. Now on this interface, you have this option, explore free themes. So this is where you can see the various themes which are there. Now just imagine that I want to use this theme. I can click on get. Okay, so the theme is there, but it is not yet applied. Right? So it will start appearing here in this list. And then you have to go to actions and then click on apply. And that is where the theme gets applied. Right? So just selecting it from here does not complete the task. You can come here and you have to click on apply. That will apply the theme. You also have the edit code feature. So if you know coding, you need know HTML coding and CSS, editing CSS, you can also edit the front end of your website. That is also possible. All right. So I hope that question is clear. Uh, Next question is from Krishnendu. So it is not possible that your website on other platform can be linked with Indian Business Portal, and that is more for the purpose of consistency, because you can imagine that you may have displayed the information in a certain way, others may have displayed the information in a certain way, so that will become a very big khichdi. So not a very presentable thing in front of international buyers. So this is where the country's reputation will be at stake. So that's where you'll have to create a digital catalog on the uh, GlobalLinker platform. Garima ji, surely I'll be sharing that with everyone. Just give me a quick second. She wants to know the paid services option. Just give me a quick second. So I'll be sharing with you the link of a page. You can go there, and I am adding the link in the chat. So it is visible to everyone. And I will also share it with you, Garima ji, so that you can submit your request. And you have to submit the inquiry form, and then one of our onboarding specialists will connect with you, and they will share with you the what will be the commercials after understanding your requirement. Uh, Next question, Sri Lakshmi. So I am sharing my contact details. So you can drop me an email, and I will have someone from my team connect with you. So I am sharing my contact details in the chat. So, Shri Lakshmi, I have shared my contact details in the chat, so you can reach out to me if you need any clarification. Other than that, I conduct webinars on how to set up your digital catalog almost on a daily basis and join those sessions. So if you go to the events section on your GlobalLinker account, that's where you'll see the details of all the webinars which are happening and you can participate in them. So from Monday to Friday, I also conduct those sessions. So today's session and Thursday sessions, these are around export and ONDC. So on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, I do sessions around setting up your digital catalog. Anupriya, you have not created your store. What you have done is you have added products to your profile, right? So you have to follow that convert now. So if you look at your seller panel, there must be a button which says convert now. Click on that and then follow the journey which I have explained in the video. And then your online store will be created. So far what you have done is you have added product to the profile, the business networking profile that I mentioned. You have added product to that, but you haven't created your digital catalog. So that's why you're not seeing all those options, right? I'm also going to share the email IDs of our help desk. So if you have any questions, you can also drop an email. I'm adding the email ID of our help desk in the chat. So right. So it is on the basic theme. I can see you have added products. Anupriya, this is where you can either drop an email to me or you can drop an email to info@linker.store. I have added the email ID in the chat, and one of our specialists will connect with you and they'll guide you. This is not a problem. It is a easy fix. All right. So I am not seeing any other question in the Q&A section. How to know product submitted or so Vijay ji, I think you're wanting to ask that how do you know that whether your products are visible on Indian Business Portal, right? That's what you want to ask. So once your listing request is approved, you will get an email. Also on the seller panel of your online store, you'll get an update that the products are visible on Indian Business Portal. Mr. Rajendra Prasad, if you're having issue with the payment gateway, you can drop me an email or you can drop an email on info@linker.store, the email ID which I've shared in the chat. I'll also share it with you. Just drop an email and one of our uh, help desk executives or one of our specialists will connect with you and they will guide you. I accidentally closed your question, so I will start that here once again, or let me see if I can. Yes, let me also chat it to you privately, right? All right, perfect. Let me also, I think I've also shared my contact details. The last thing, let me also share the videos which I mentioned in today's session. You see, there's a comment from Chaya. Anyone do on behalf of the company? If your question is, can anyone from the company create this digital catalog? Yes, anyone from the company can do that. Facebook Pixel integration, yes, certainly you can do that. Yes, that is possible. Again, if you're facing difficulty, you can reach out to our help desk, and or it is very simple. In the store seller panel, in the settings tab, you'll see there's an option saying online analytics. You have to just generate the Facebook Pixel code, copy paste it there, and it will start working. All right, so no code addition to the header or something like that. Nothing of that sort is required. All right, so this is where we have overshot our time by 15 minutes. So this is where we'll conclude this session for today. I'll thank you everyone for taking out time and participating in this session. I hope you found the session informative and you were able to learn something, and you will be using this information to help your business grow. Now, I have already shared my contact details, and I am a big believer in that. The philosophy that this is a beginning, this is not just the end. So I look forward to connecting with you in future as well over a personal interaction or a webinar or something else. So please do feel free to stay in touch. I regularly conduct webinars about various topics. So I look forward to having your presence there as well. And for now, we'll be closing this session. So thank you once again for taking our time and participating in the session. Have a wonderful evening ahead, and bye bye from our side.